Here's a question. What is the gospel? This is a fundamental question for Christians. After all, Paul calls it the power of God into salvation to all who believe. Believe what? If you ask your average churchgoer what the gospel is, or how to be saved, the answer you get will probably be something about believing that God came in the flesh as Jesus, died for our sins, and then rose again. That isn't wrong. Of course, the gospel is based on the work of Christ. After all, Paul tells the Corinthians that Christ's work is of first importance. But if we have to know that story to be saved, what about the people around the world who haven't heard? What about the people in South America at the time that Christ walked the earth? Did they have any hope of being saved? We don't have any account of the apostles going to South America, so were those people just left out? How about the people of Asia? And not just after Christ, but before. If the gospel is the way we are saved, and the gospel is simply believing the story about Christ, then is God excluding all those people from the possibility of being saved? That doesn't sound right. Didn't John say in Revelation 5:9 that Christ purchased for himself men from every tribe and tongue and people and nation? And Paul, in Romans 5:18, he says that Jesus' act of righteousness was meant to bring justification to all men. We also know that God is unbiased. He doesn't show favoritism, and in fact, he considers favoritism a sin. It would be wrong for us to say that God is biased towards one people group or another when he says he is unbiased. And he says we can expect to see people from every tribe and nation in his kingdom. So what's the solution? We need to go back to our original question and find out what answer the Bible gives to the question, what is the gospel?